All right, chapter 18. There was the case of Mrs. Guppy, June 3rd, 1871. For instance, as the spiritualists tell it, she shot from her home in London. Several miles away, she flopped down through a ceiling. Mrs. Guppy weighed 200 pounds, but Mrs. Guppy was a medium. She was a prominent medium and was well investigated and was, or therefore was, caught playing tricks several times. I prefer to look elsewhere for yarns or veritable accounts. In the New York World, March 25th, 1883, is told a story of a girl, the daughter of Jesse Miller of Greenville Township, Somerset, Colorado County, PA, who was transported several times out of the house into the front yard, but it was her belief the apparitions were around, and most of our data are not concerned with ghostly appearances. As told in the Cambrian Daily Leader, Swans of Wales, July 7th, 1877, poltergeist phenomena were occurring in the home of the Reverend David Phillips of Swansea. Sometime I am going to try to find out why so many of these disturbances have occurred in the homes of clergymen. Why have so many supposed spirits of the departed tormented clergymen? Perhaps going to heaven makes people atheists. However, I do not know that poltergeists can be considered spirits. It may be that many of our records see phenomena of the winter of 1904 and 5 relate not to occult beings as independent creatures, but to projected mentalities of living human beings. A woman of Mr. Phillips's house had been transported over a wall and towards a brook, where she arrived in a semi-conscious condition. I note that, not in agreement with our notions upon teleportation, it was this woman's belief that an apparition had carried her. Mr. Phillips and his son, a Cambridge graduate who had probably been brought up to believe in nothing of the kind, asserted that his transportation had occurred. A great deal has been written upon the phenomena, or the alleged phenomena, of the Pansini boys. Their story is told in the Occult Review 4-17. These boys, one aged 7, and the other aged 8, were sons of Morio Pansini, an architect of Bari, Italy. Their experiences, or their alleged experiences, began in the year 1901. One day, Alfredo and his brother were at Ruvo at 9 a.m., and at 9:30 a.m. they were found in the Capuchin convent at Malfatti, 30 miles away. The annals of psychic science In the annals of psychic science, it is said that about the last of January 1901, the Pansini boys were transported from Ruvo to a relative's house in Trani, arriving to a state of profound hypnosis. In volumes 2 and 3 of the annals, a discussion of these boys continues, but I haven't told the damnedest. Oh well, we'll have the damnedest. A Mediterranean harbor, a man in a boat, and like Mrs. Guppy, down the Pansini boys flop into his boat. Into many minds flops this idea. It isn't so much the preposterousness of this story alone, but if we'd accept this, what else that would threaten all conventional teachings would we be led into? I can't help arguing. I have cut down smoking some, and our home brew goes flat so often at 8 times. I have gone without much of that, but I can't stop arguing. It has no meaning, but I argue that much that is commonplace today was once upon a time denounced from pulpits as the way to hell. For all I know, a couple of kids flopped into a boat. I don't feel hellish about it. The one thought that I do so little to develop is that there be something that did switch the Pansini boys from place to place. It may be put to work, and instead of wharves and railroad stations, there may be built departing and receiving points for commodities, which may be wished, as it were, from California to London. Let stockholders of transportation companies get a hold of this idea, and if I'm not satisfied with having merely science and religion against me, I'll have opposition enough to suit anybody who can get along without popularity. Just at present, however, I am not selling short on New York Central. I'm stopping there today. That's it. I wanted to just get it started. I might come back to it later. I doubt it. I'll see y'all later.